In this video, I'm going to open your eyes to 12 unusual signs that indicates your liver is damaged or it's about to be damaged, plus some super effective solutions that anyone can do to reverse those signs, ultimately healing your liver. Now, if you're not already aware, your liver is the body's largest internal organ and performs over 500 essential functions, making it indispensable for survival. Think of the liver as your body's metabolic control center. When you eat food, your body breaks it down into nutrients like sugars. The liver steps in to manage these nutrients, converting sugars like glucose into a form called glycogen. Glycogen is like a storage unit for glucose, keeping it on hand for when your body needs a quick energy boost. Your liver is also responsible for detoxifying the body by metabolizing and removing toxins, drugs, and alcohol from the bloodstream. Hepatocytes, the liver cells, break down harmful substances like alcohol into less toxic forms, which are then eliminated through urine or bile. Another one of its many functions is it serves as a storage facility for essential vitamins, which are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K minerals like iron and copper, and glycogen, providing a reserve for energy production and nutrient supply during periods of hunger or fasting, or when your body basically increases its energy demands in a given situation. These are just a tip of the over 500 essential functions of the liver that help keep you healthy and alive. Now, before we talk about the 12 signs of liver damage, what are the common, most harmful activities that weaken your liver and eventually cause it to completely die out? The biggest and most research-backed cause of liver damage is the excessive consumption of alcohol. Now, here's how this works. Excessive alcohol consumption over time overwhelms the liver's ability to process it, leading to a buildup of fat in liver cells, known as fatty liver. This happens because alcohol is metabolized into harmful byproducts that damage liver cells. For example, acetaldehyde, a byproduct of alcohol metabolism that's guaranteed to cause inflammation and scarring in the liver. Chronic alcohol abuse can progress to more severe conditions like alcoholic hepatitis, where liver inflammation occurs, and cirrhosis, where liver tissue becomes scarred and non-functional. Research has shown that alcohol-induced liver damage is linked to the duration and amount of alcohol consumption. A study published in the journal Hepatology found that heavy alcohol consumption over time significantly increases the risk of developing alcoholic liver disease, with each additional year of drinking increasing the risk by 8.4%. Another study in the American Journal of Gastroenterology demonstrated a dose-response relationship between alcohol intake and the severity of liver damage, showing that higher alcohol consumption leads to more advanced liver disease. Now, the second most common cause of liver damage is the type of food you eat. Eating too much unhealthy stuff like fatty foods, sugary drinks, and processed snacks can overload your liver with fat. Plus, being overweight makes it worse. So, if you're eating lots of junk food and not moving enough, your liver can get filled up with fat. And when your liver is stuffed with fat, it can't work properly. Over time, this can lead to inflammation and scarring in the liver, which is bad news. It's like if you keep piling junk in your room, eventually, you won't be able to move around and things start breaking. Similarly, when your liver gets overloaded, it can lead to serious conditions like cirrhosis, where your liver gets all scarred up and can't work right anymore. These are not the only causes of liver disease. In fact, there are tens, if not hundreds of other daily activities that severely damage your liver. And the good thing is there's a solution. You can actually prevent or even reverse your liver damage. But the problem is, most people are not aware of the bodily signs of liver disease. So here's sign number 1. If you find that your skin or the whites of your eyes is gradually turning into some sort of yellowish color, it's usually a clear symptom of a liver problem known as jaundice. This happens when there's too much bilirubin in your blood. Bilirubin is a yellowish substance that forms when red blood cells break down. Normally, the liver filters out bilirubin from your blood and helps get rid of it. But when the liver is damaged, it can't process bilirubin properly, so it builds up in your body and makes your skin and eyes look yellow. Don't forget that I will give you a simple remedy that anyone can do to either prevent or reduce your chances of developing any harmful liver-related issue. The next sign that you might experience is a severe abdominal pain or swelling, especially in the upper right area, when your liver is damaged. Now, one thing about a dying liver is, some of its signs take time before you can see or feel them physically. For instance, the pain you will feel in your abdomen. You may not notice anything unusual until you start experiencing some subtle changes in your body and how you feel. At first, you might feel a slight discomfort or dull ache in their abdomen, particularly on the upper right side where the liver is located. You may confuse it for the sensation of fullness, but as time passes and the liver damage progresses, this discomfort may intensify into noticeable pain. The pain can vary from a dull, persistent ache to sharp, stabbing sensations, depending on the severity of the damage. You will realize that the pain increases after eating fatty or heavy meals, or when you put any form of pressure on your abdomen. In addition to the pain, you will also start feeling bloated or swollen in the abdominal area, especially around the upper right quadrant. This swelling can make you feel uncomfortably full, even if you haven't eaten much. Plus, you might notice that your clothes feel tighter around the waist due to the visible swelling in your abdomen. Now, here are the reasons why this happens. One is your liver may struggle to produce enough proteins, such as albumin, which helps maintain fluid balance in the body. As a result, fluid can accumulate in the abdomen, leading to swelling known as ascites, or your damaged liver can become enlarged. This condition is known as hepatomegaly. The enlargement of the liver can push against nearby organs and tissues, causing pain and discomfort, especially in the upper right area of the abdomen where the liver is located. Now let's move to the third sign, which is one of the first symptoms most people usually experience. This sign is dark urine. When you go to the bathroom, you might notice the change in your urine color. At first, you might think it's probably because you are dehydrated, but as the days go by, you see no changes in your urine color even on your most hydrated days. This is alarming, and it's due to the fact that your liver is unable to process bilirubin effectively. Normally, the liver processes bilirubin and excretes it into bile, a fluid that helps with digestion. From there, bile travels to the intestines and eventually leaves the body through feces, giving them their characteristic brown color. But when the liver is damaged or not functioning properly, it may struggle to process bilirubin effectively. As a result, excess bilirubin can build up in the bloodstream. Some of this excess bilirubin gets filtered out by the kidneys and eliminated in urine. However, when bilirubin levels are particularly high, it can cause the urine to become darker in color. Another sign that's extremely clear of a dying liver is a pale or clay-colored stool. You will realize the sudden change in the color of your stools from brown to pale or clay-colored. The problem with this symptom is you will not experience any unusual feeling, so there's a higher probability you will ignore it. But don't, because usually at this phase your liver hasn't suffered that much, so it makes it way easier to fix it with the remedies I will suggest later on in this video. But it's crucial to know why this happens. When the liver is damaged, it can affect the production and flow of bile, a digestive fluid that gives stools their normal brown color. This damage can occur due to various reasons, such as bile duct obstruction, decreased bile production, or inefficient processing of bilirubin. As a result, stools may appear pale or clay-colored instead of their usual brown color. Sign number 5 is sudden and unexpected weight loss. When unexpected weight loss occurs due to liver damage, you may notice several changes in how you feel and your overall well-being. At first, you might not realize you're losing weight. This is because it happens more gradually. However, as the weight loss becomes more noticeable, you may start to experience a lack of energy or fatigue, even if you haven't engaged in any vigorous activities. This sense of fatigue can make everyday tasks feel more challenging and exhausting than usual, mostly because you will also lose your appetite. Now remember what I said at the beginning of the video, that your liver plays a crucial role in many essential bodily functions. One of those essential functions include metabolism, which is the process of converting food into energy. When the liver is damaged, it may not produce enough bile, which can affect the digestion and absorption of fats and fat-soluble vitamins. This can lead to a decrease in the amount of nutrients your body absorbs from the food you consume, including calories, which are needed to maintain body weight. So without a properly functioning liver, you're guaranteed to live a pretty miserable and low-quality life, which you can skip if you do the right things to protect your liver. The next sign you need to be aware of is the swelling in the legs and ankles. This begins with a sense of heaviness or tightness in your legs. You can easily verify this when you realize your socks or shoes suddenly became too small. As the swelling progresses, your legs and ankles may start to feel puffy and tight, making it uncomfortable to move around or stand for long periods. This is very painful. The skin over the swollen areas might feel stretched and tender to the touch. Plus, you will notice indentations or marks left behind when you press gently on the skin. At this point, walking or standing for extended periods may seem almost impossible to do, as the swelling can make your legs feel heavy and achy. And by the way, this swelling is known as peripheral edema, occurs when excess fluid accumulates in the tissues of the lower extremities, which includes the arms and legs, causing them to swell. Sign number 7 is itchy skin. 99% of the time, it starts with a persistent sensation that prompts you to scratch one specific area of their body. Initially, it might feel like a mild annoyance, but as time passes, the itchiness can become more intense and distracting. The sensation of itchiness may vary in intensity throughout the day, with some moments feeling more bearable than others. This obviously directly affects the quality of your life, as you can't seem to focus on any important task, let alone sleep well. Over time, the itchiness spreads to other aspects of your body, with your skin becoming irritated and inflamed from the repeated scratching. This itchy skin is referred to as pruritus, and it happens when the liver is unable to filter out toxins such as bile salts from the blood effectively, causing them to build up in the bloodstream. Bile is a substance produced by the liver to help with digestion, and it contains bile salts. Normally, the liver processes bile and releases it into the digestive system to aid in the breakdown of fats. However, when the liver is damaged, it may release bile salts directly into the bloodstream instead of into the digestive system. These excess bile salts in the bloodstream accumulates under the skin, leading to irritation and itching. The eighth sign of a dying liver is easy bruising and bleeding. Imagine you're going about your day, and you accidentally bump into something. Normally, it might just leave a small mark, nothing serious. But with a damaged liver, even this tiny bump could lead to a big, dark bruise or severe bleeding. And as time goes on, you might notice that even minor cuts or scratches take longer to stop bleeding than they used to. It's like your body's natural healing process has slowed down. When the liver is dying out or is severely damaged, it can affect the production of certain proteins that are essential for blood clotting. One of these key proteins is called clotting factors. Think of clotting factors as the repair crew in your bloodstream. When you get a cut or bruise, these clotting factors rush to the scene to stop the bleeding and repair the damage. However, if the liver isn't working properly, it may not produce enough of these clotting factors or other important substances needed for blood clotting, resulting in an easy bruise and severe bleeding. And lucky for you, there's a solution. Usually, the best remedy for this is the intake of vitamin K-rich foods, such as leafy green vegetables, which include spinach, kale, and broccoli. Sign number 9 is spider-like blood vessels on the skin. These are also known as spider angiomas, or spider nevi. They are small, red, or blue blood vessels that appear close to the surface of the skin. They often have a central red spot, with smaller blood vessels branching out, resembling a spider's web. This happens due to your liver's inability to process a certain hormone called estrogen. This leads to hormonal imbalances and changes in blood flow that contribute to the appearance of spider-like blood vessels you see on your skin. This sign does not come with any uncomfortable pain, but it's usually the one that triggers other symptoms like the severe abdominal pain and some other symptoms. Sign number 10 is cracked heels, also known as heel fissures, are a common foot problem where the skin around the edges of the heel becomes dry, thickened, and splits open. This can cause pain, bleeding, and discomfort when walking or standing. Now, your liver damage can lead to cracked heels due to fluid retention and decreased levels of proteins, which increase pressure on the feet and weaken the skin, therefore leading to the cracked heels. The next sign of liver damage is fever or chills. I know some of you might think to yourself that, well, fever and chills is something that occasionally happens to everyone, right? No, a normal, healthy human being shouldn't experience any form of fever. In fact, here's what actually happens with a damaged liver. It causes an imbalance in chemicals and hormones in your body. These disruptions can affect your body's ability to regulate its temperature, leading to fever or chills. Now, fever is when your body temperature rises above the normal range, usually because your immune system is fighting off an infection or inflammation. And chills are when you feel cold and shiver, even if you're not in a cold environment. Now, here's the 12th sign that you might notice when it comes to a damaging or dying liver. You might experience difficulty in seeing in low-light conditions, such as at night or in dimly lit environments. This happens because the eyes struggle to adjust to the darkness, leading to impaired vision. Now, let's explore why and how a damaged liver can cause night blindness. The liver plays a crucial role in storing and processing important nutrients, such as vitamin A, which is essential for good vision. Vitamin A is a key component of a pigment called rhodopsin, found in the retina of the eye. Rhodopsin helps the eyes adjust to changes in light levels, enabling us to see in low-light conditions. So with a damaging liver, it becomes difficult to store and process vitamin A efficiently. As a result, affecting the production of rhodopsin in the retina. Without enough rhodopsin, the eyes struggle to adapt to low-light environments, causing night blindness. It all begins with difficulty in adjusting to low-light environments, then progressing to a significant impairment in nighttime vision. It leads to challenges in tasks like driving at dusk and reading in dim light, generally affecting the quality of life you desire to live. But the good thing is, all the symptoms I previously mentioned are reversible. Yes, your liver has the special ability to heal itself only if you treat it right. So how do you put your liver in the position for it to heal itself, preventing all the severe and deadly diseases like fatty liver, cirrhosis, a situation where your damaged liver causes scar tissue to replace healthy liver cells and liver failure? Numerous studies have shown that consuming a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains can support liver health and aid in reversing liver damage. For example, research published in the Journal of Hepatology has demonstrated that a diet high in fruits and vegetables, along with lean proteins, can reduce liver inflammation and improve liver function in individuals with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Similarly, studies have shown that avoiding processed foods, excessive alcohol, and foods high in saturated fats can help prevent and reverse liver damage caused by factors such as fatty liver disease, alcohol abuse, and viral hepatitis. Fruits and vegetables contain vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that promote liver function and detoxification. For example, leafy greens like spinach and kale are high in chlorophyll, which aids in detoxification processes. Citrus fruits like oranges and lemons are rich in vitamin C, which also supports liver detoxification and helps boost the immune system. Also, Lean proteins such as chicken, fish, tofu, and legumes provide amino acids necessary for repairing liver tissue. Additionally, they are lower in saturated fats compared to red meat, which reduces the burden on the liver. Whole grains like oats, brown rice, and quinoa are high in fiber, helping in regulating blood sugar levels and preventing the accumulation of fat in the liver. This reduces the risk of fatty liver disease. The big part is all about avoiding processed foods, excessive alcohol, and foods high in saturated fats like red meat. Butter and cheese helps in reversing liver damage by reducing the intake of harmful substances that burden the liver. Processed foods often contain additives and trans fats, which can increase inflammation and liver damage. To perform this dietary approach, focus on incorporating a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables into meals, choosing lean protein sources, and opting for whole grains over refined grains. For example, a typical day's meals might include oatmeal with berries for breakfast, a salad with grilled chicken for lunch, and salmon with quinoa and roasted vegetables for dinner.